The sound distinguishing Bodhisattva. The sound distinguishing Bodhisattva, who was in the assembly, rose from his seat, prostrated himself with his head at the feet of the Buddha, circled him thrice from the right, bowed upon his knees, brought together his two palms with crossed fingers, and said, "O world-honored one of great compassion, such Dharma doors are very rare indeed. World-honored one, how many of them should each Bodhisattva practice to realize complete enlightenment? May you expediently teach this assembly and future living beings in the period of the Dharma's termination so that they can be awakened to fundamental reality." After saying these words, he again made the same prostration and the same request for a second and third time. Thereupon, the world-honored one said to the sound-distinguishing Bodhisattva, "Excellent! Excellent! It is good that you are able to ask the Tathagata how to practice these Dharma doors for the benefit of this assembly and that of future living beings in the period of the Dharma's termination. Listen attentively to what I now tell you." The sound-distinguishing Bodhisattva was filled with joy upon hearing this. He and the assembly kept silent to hear the teaching. The Buddha said, "Virtuous man, fundamentally, the pure and clean nature of the complete enlightenment of all Tathagatas is beyond the reach of practice or practicer. All Bodhisattvas and future living beings in the period of the Dharma's termination, in their illusory efforts to practice self-cultivation from their unenlightened state, have the choice of 25 kinds of meditative study, which are conducive to the attainment of pure and clean imperturbability. If Bodhisattvas concentrate only on the state of utter stillness, and thereby succeed in eradicating klesha forever by means of the power of samadhi, they will achieve the ultimate, and without rising from their seats, they will enter the state of nirvana. This is the single practice of samatha. In their meditative study of unreal illusions only, if Bodhisattvas use the Buddha power to transform the world for the purpose of performing, by means of all kinds of activity, pure and clean wondrous Bodhisattva deeds without strain from their calm thoughts, controlled by dharanis, and from their wisdom begotten by stillness, this is the single practice of samapatti. If Bodhisattvas concentrate only on the eradication of illusions, without making use of benefiting functions, they will only wipe out klesha, and when the latter has been completely eliminated, they will realize fundamental absolute reality. This is the single practice of dhyana. If Bodhisattvas first concentrate on the state of utter stillness, and then use the mind of wisdom begotten by stillness to shine upon illusions, thereby inspiring their Bodhisattva work of salvation, this is samatha followed by samapatti. If Bodhisattvas, by means of their wisdom begotten by stillness, realize the nature of utter stillness, thereby eradicating klesha and getting out of samsara for ever, this is samatha followed by dhyana. If Bodhisattvas, by means of their still wisdom, reproduce their illusory powers to cause all kinds of transformations to occur for the liberation of living beings, and then eliminate klesha to enter the state of nirvana, this is samatha followed by samapatti and ending in dhyana. If Bodhisattvas, by means of the power begotten by utter stillness, first wipe out klesha and then perform pure and clean profound Bodhisattva deeds to liberate living beings, this is samatha followed by dhyana and ending in samapatti. If Bodhisattvas use, by means of the power begotten by utter stillness, their minds to wipe out klesha and then liberate living beings and set up worlds, this is samatha followed by the simultaneous practice of samapatti and dhyana. If Bodhisattvas, by means of their power begotten by utter stillness, give rise to transformations and then eradicate klesha, this is the simultaneous practice of samatha and samapatti, followed by that of dhyana. If bodhisattvas use their power begotten by utter stillness to realize nirvana first, and then make full use of their power of transmutation in the world, this is the simultaneous practice of samatha and dhyana, followed by that of samapatti. If bodhisattvas, while in accord with their power of transmutation, concentrate on the state of utter stillness, this is samapatti, ending in samatha. If bodhisattvas from various kinds of state, caused by their power of transmutation, concentrate on the still and passionless condition, this is samapatti, ending in dhyana. If bodhisattvas use their power of transmutation to do Buddha works and then abide in stillness to eradicate klesha, this is samapatti, followed by samatha and ending in dhyana. If, in the unhindered full use of their power of transmutation, bodhisattvas eradicate klesha and dwell in the state of utter stillness, this is samapatti, followed by dhyana and ending in samatha. If bodhisattvas, by the expedient use of their power of transmutation, realize both utter stillness and nirvana, this is samapatti, followed by the simultaneous study of samatha and dhyana. If bodhisattvas make various uses of their power of transmutation for realizing utter stillness, and then eliminate klesha, this is the simultaneous study of samapatti and samatha, followed by dhyana. If bodhisattvas use their power of transmutation to realize nirvana and then abide in pure and clean and active samadhi, this is the simultaneous study of samapatti and dhyana, followed by samatha. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power to realize utter stillness, thus abiding in the state of purity and cleanness, this is dhyana, followed by samatha. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power to be in harmony with nirvanic function in all situations, this is dhyana, followed by samapatti. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power so that, while abiding in samadhi, their self-nature can give rise to transmutations, this is dhyana, followed by samatha and ending in samapatti. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power so that their nirvanic self-nature can perform its function and that their pure and clean state can return to samadhi, this is dhyana, followed by samapatti and ending in samatha. If bodhisattvas avail themselves of the purity and cleanness of their nirvanic power to abide in samadhi and to perform transmutations, this is dhyana, followed by the simultaneous practice of samatha and samapatti. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power to realize utter stillness and then perform transmutations, this is the simultaneous practice of dhyana and samatha, followed by samapatti. If bodhisattvas use their nirvanic power to perform transmutations and then realize utter stillness with its pure and bright wisdom, this is the simultaneous practice of dhyana and samapatti, followed by samatha. If bodhisattvas use their wisdom of complete enlightenment perfectly to unite all things so that the phenomenal expression of self-nature will not stray from the nature of enlightenment, this is the perfect threefold practice in accord with the self-nature in its purity and cleanness. Virtuous man, these are called the Bodhisattva's 25 methods of meditation, which all bodhisattvas should follow in their practice. If they and future living beings in the period of the Dharma's termination wish to practice any one of them, they should first lead a pure life, silence their thoughts, and sincerely repent. Then, on the last day of the third week, after giving a reference number to each of these 25 methods and using 25 tallies with their corresponding numbers, they should pray and seek divination by picking a tally at random. The number picked will indicate the method, whether gradual or instantaneous, that befits the seeker. However, a single feeling of doubt or hesitation on the part of the latter will cause the divination to be ineffective. To repeat his instruction, the world-honored one read the following gatha. Sound distinguishing, you should know that the pure and clean, unhindered wisdom of all bodhisattvas comes from dhyana samadhi. The so-called samatha, samapatti, and dhyana are the threefold dharma, of which the gradual or quick practice has 25 varieties. All Tathagatas everywhere who practice in the present, past, and future must this dharma use to realize enlightenment. Only those of instantaneous awakening and unbelievers are exceptions. All bodhisattvas and all future beings in the dharma-ending age should observe this dharma, follow and diligently practice it. Relying on the great and powerful compassion of the Buddha, they will ere long attain nirvana.